my sweet crafty friends, Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. Let's take this Dollar Tree sock that has been grunged with some coffee grunge and then baked in the oven and turn it into a super cute snow boy. A sleeping snow boy, or I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I did obviously was grunge that little sock up. I tied it off with some twine at the top, inserted a 3-inch styrofoam ball, and as you can see at the bottom, it made a small little slit at the top of the tube sock, which is now the bottom. Now I am putting in some stuffing, batting, whatever you want to call it, just to shape his little head. Now I have a little piece of coffee grunged fabric that we're going to tie around his neck as his little scarf. Now you can see the little opening right there where I just cut the little slit. We're going to go ahead and use the hot glue gun and glue that together, and these are going to be his legs, obviously. Just using my little mini spatula there to press that glue down and hold it. Okay, now I have 2 wooden dowels that I forgot to put in, so we're going to shove it up his little body there, stick it into the styrofoam ball, because we're going to stand him on a cute little wooden piece in a bit. All right, look at how cute that is. Okay, we will finish gluing his legs, and we'll put a little extra stuffing inside there. And you can see at the very bottom there, we're going to go ahead and turn that little bottom of the tube sock up to make like a little cuff on his pants. So darn cute. All right, I have this stencil. This is in my Magnolia shop. If you're interested in it, just type turkey and I'll send you the link. I love this stencil because it has so many versatilities in it, not just for the turkey for the holiday, but I love all of that old country store-like writing at the top. Can be used in so many different ways. All right, we took that little part where it says grocers, some other words, I can't remember what it says. And now we have the one that says established in, I think it says 1848. We're going to put that at the bottom. And normally I would have done this flat before the stuffing was in there, but I didn't know exactly where I wanted it. And I love how this just came out old and vintage and worn looking because I did it with the stuffing in there. Now, if you want it to be perfect and not look that way, by all means, do it before you put your stuffing in. Just kind of play with it to figure out where you want it to go. And I'm just showing you how I spritzed that with some water and set it off to the side because I don't have a bucket of water to put it in. All I did was put a little bit of, I put a wipe on there, a baby wipe, and spritzed it with water and set it off to the side. Gave that ink a nice little quick little dry so I don't smear it. And now I have a little piece of coffee grunged red and white striped fabric that I've cut in the shape of like a triangle or Christmas tree. We're going to wrap that around his head as his little sleeping cap. And as you can see, I put it so that on the ball it goes in a kind of like a downward angle towards the back. So that it looks like it's on its head and just kind of, you know, a little sleeping cap. All right, look at how stinking cute that is. We're going to just push it off to the side, put a cute little rusty bell on there. Now I'm using the end of a dowel and painting some little eyes on there. Now I have a little wooden skewer from Dollar Tree that we're going to paint orange for his nose. Now, after I put this little stick in his nose on his face, it did pull my eyes in rather tight and it made him look like he was cross-eyed, which we did fix. You can see his little cross eyes there. So make sure you put the nose in first before you do the eyes. I did end up fixing the eyes. All right, now I have this little wooden circle that I got from Michael's, and look at that yummy goodness, you guys. That is not paint. That is not stained. That is coffee grunged. I soaked that in my coffee grunge mixture for about 5 minutes or so total on each side. Then I sprinkled some instant coffee on there and let it just get all of that yummy goodness. I put it in the oven, standing right nearby because I did have it rather high, just to kind of dry it out a little bit. And then I took my heat tool to it to get all of that, oh, yummy goodness. And the girls were asking during the live if it was sticky. It was not sticky. You could see I showed you my hand, and all it had was a little black mark from paint. Anyway, we stuck the little wooden dowels in some holes that were drilled in there to stand him up. I added some nice thick rope that came from Joann's. Not Joann's, Hobby Lobby. And we're going to use that as his arms. I tucked that up underneath his scarf and then reapplied the scarf. I unwound the rope to look at like just his cute little arms. Gave him some greenery off there to the side, like he's holding a little Christmas tree, and we'll put some at the bottom. Isn't this so cute? You guys, I got inspiration from this from someone on Pinterest. Young's Old Primitives, I believe is what it was called. And that was old with an E. All right, now we have a little tag that I have stamped the word Burr on, and I'm just roughing the edges up using that little face razor, eyebrow trimmer, and then we're going to crinkle it up and add some dark wax to make it all grunged up to go with our little boy. And I just think he turned out amazing, you guys. Let me know what you think. Make sure you give it a sprinkle, tag your friends, share the fun. And if you remake this, make sure you tag Grace and Tattered Lace. Thanks for watching, friends. Love you all.